God, Holy Spirit, I really don't want to cry in this video. Okay, this is a very, very vulnerable part of my life. It looked like I was going to go crazy any moment if I tried to read further. Ha! I told the devil something, you never say anything. You never what? You never say. If you know him, tell him that I should be. Hi guys. Hi guys. Welcome back. I mean, it's been 6 months since I posted a sit and talk video, and I'm just really excited to do this very one. Hi guys, reporting back to you is your spiritual guide. My name is Bukola, and it is my utmost pleasure to see you grow spiritually, and of course, in every area of your life. I'd like for me to be a part of your spiritual journey. Please don't to subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and very much welcome already. So we're just going to discuss and catch up on how the last 6 months have been for me and how it has been for you too. I want to hear how you've been in the comment section. So the last few months for me, I really can't put a word to it because it has been a roller coaster. I mean, different phase of life, emotions, some life-threatening ones, some really amazing ones. So it has really been a lot. So I'm going to start this video with more like a gratitude list. Right? So I'm grateful to God for the gift of life. It is so underrated. But the past 6 months made me, embrace and really appreciate the gift of life so much, because I had like really life-threatening situations or events in the past 6 months, which I'm still gonna share. Okay. So I'm grateful for the gift of life. I'm grateful for the gift of family, my parents, my siblings, my extended family. I'm grateful for them all. I am grateful for sanity, right? I'm grateful for sanity, that I can think well, that I can rest my head, that I can process things how they ought to be. I mean, I'm just really grateful for that. I'm grateful to God for community of believers around me. I'm grateful to God for you guys. I'm grateful to God for your spiritual guide. I'm grateful to God for a call to order, which is a physical gathering of believers that first started from you guys. Right. I'm also grateful to God for my community. Purity is possible community. I'm grateful to God for me, for the gift of me. I'm such an amazing and a beautiful young woman. I'm grateful to God for me. I've seen me do some things and I'm like, are you young lady? It's so amazing. I'm grateful to God for the person that God has made me, to the person that He is making me. I'm just so thankful to God. I'm grateful to God for the Holy Spirit. That guy is my best friend. He has helped me so much in the past 6 months, and I'm seriously grateful to God for him. I'm grateful to God for my elder brother, Jesus Christ. Thank you for always showing up, man. So much, Roger. And I'm grateful to God for my Father in heaven, God the Father. I'm grateful to God for the Trinity, and there's just so many things to be thankful to God for. For my guys, my friends, my acquaintances, my spiritual coverings, pastor, everything. So on the 4th of May 2024, there happened an event that I can never ever forget in my life. I can never ever forget that experience. So on the 4th of May, it was on a Saturday, and I was to go from school to redemption camp at Ogun State with some of my RCF family members, executives, and workers. We're to go write an examination on camp, and on getting there, we got there quite early. but the exam was to start like about 1 hour 30 minutes after we got there. So we're just, trying to read up, flip through pages of the book, and make sure that we have the right knowledge for the exam. Right. So our last day, we went to write the exam, and we're done. And it was time to start going home. So we discovered that the bus that we brought from school had an issue. I think a clutch issue. So they went to fix that, and that took a couple of hours. Eventually brought back the bus. It was already fixed, and we were to leave. Then we had to turn back because some people in the bus wanted to get tiger nuts. So the bus turned and we went to get tiger nuts. We had moved for about 5 minutes. Then we remembered that we didn't pick up some of the things that we bought at the tiger nut shop. We had to turn back and go pick it up. At this time, I was already feeling somehow. I like to plan my time. So if I plan that, okay, I'm going to leave there by 2 and eventually leave there by 3:30, it sort of disturbs my plan, right? And I don't like to travel in buses for long because of the gas, the air pollution and everything. So at this time I already feel uncomfortable that, oh god, can we just leave already? Can we just get to school already? Then eventually we went to pick it up, and we're now on Lagos Ibadan Expressway. Right, so we're on this road, and of course on this, it's an echo on the expressway. I think we're already driving on a very high kilometer per hour at this time. Of course, it's an expressway, so you can't be moving on 20 kilometer per hour. And all of a sudden, the back tire was removed. You guys, I'm not joking. And we began to sway right, left. Have you guys played these video games where you are like the driver and you're moving the car, you're moving the vehicle? It felt like I was playing that game because we just kept on going right, left, and we're all God, Holy Spirit, I really don't want to cry in this video. Okay, this is a very, very vulnerable part of my life. One of my very vulnerable experiences this year. So forgive me if I cry a bit. So we began to go left, right, and we're all just screaming, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. At this time, I'm sure nobody could remember anything. We're not even concerned about our phones or whatever. We're just screaming, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And this went on for like 10 seconds. I mean, everybody were already up. We didn't know what to do. But even the driver, which happened to be our transport secretary, I mean, he's also a student. And he also went to write the exam. So it wasn't as if he was going to have a sort of superpower to save us or anything. So we were all in it together. Then at last, I think after like 10 seconds, he hit the brake and we somersaulted, went all over. Our heads were down and our legs were like kind of up. We're legit upside down. As I went, we tumbled and hit the ground. I thought I died. Like I thought I was already in heaven because the way we flipped over, it was as though I died. Like I didn't know what was going on again. I opened my eyes. I saw that we were still alive. Like, okay, thank you, Jesus. Is my neck still there? Because is my neck still there? Is my hand still there? How about my legs? Then at this time, I don't know, God just really, really saved us. I would say it was the hand of God that carried us. Because, okay, when we eventually stopped, we were upside down. Suddenly, we had people rush to us. If you had ever been on Lagos Ibadan Expressway, it's an expressway. You will not normally see houses or people by the roadside. All of a sudden, people began to gather. They broke the glasses, the window glasses, and they brought us out. I mean, every single one of us, we all came out alive. As if that was not enough, we came out and I didn't even think about my phone. I didn't think about my bag. I just, I was trembling. I was shaking. I was, yeah. I was in so much shock. I was in so much shock. If you've ever been in a car accident, the shock or the realization that you could have died in this car accident will suddenly come on you. And to be very told, that was exactly how I felt. The realization that wait, you could have died. Like 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 hey God, I began to shake. I began to shake. I began to thank God. I began to shake. I began to shake. I began to thank God. And all of a sudden, I don't know if it was out of fear or just shock or pressure. I saw that I couldn't. I began to feel a lot of internal pains. Right? I suddenly felt very weak in my bones. My back was really aching. My neck was almost stiff. When my gen sec was asking me, "Are you fine?" I had to tell her that I'm not feeling too well. I can feel pains in my back. Then they had to lay me on the ground. At this time, they already contacted then Lagos Zonal Coordinator, Pastor Tolu Obadofi. Pastor Tolu is such a leader and a father. I mean, Pastor Tolu is such a leader. If we have leaders like Pastor Tolu everywhere, different spheres of life, trust me, things will get better for us in Nigeria. I mean, I saw him not just as our leader, as our senior coordinator. I saw him as a father. I saw him as a brother. In that period, I saw him as a friend. I saw how he really cared for us. I mean, let me just do a quick fast forward. Fast forward to when they took us back to redemption camp. I mean, we were fed, our bills were paid, we're taken care of. It was just so. God bless you, Pastor Tolu. I don't know if you would get to see this video, but just help me thank him and pray for him. CRM Lagos coordinators, God bless you. God bless you, SARS. God bless you, Mars. The officials, thank you. Thank you for taking care of us. So, so as at the time I was laid down, they called the FRSC to FRSC officials to come and rescue us, take us to an hospital or something. So I suddenly felt no strength in me. I mean, I was so weak. I was so weak, and my hands, it was as though I was paralyzed. I couldn't move my hands. It was just stiff. I couldn't move my fingers. I couldn't do this. My hands were just stiff on the ground. I couldn't speak much. There was just little strength in me. If you know me so well, you know how much I love Mr. Sumisola and her ministry. I love her so well. At that time, I just told the person beside me that play me any of Sumisola's chants, just play me. So they played it and they were playing it beside my ear. I couldn't still speak much, but as I was hearing her chant and sing, I was just praying. I was praying. And another thing is that have people that believe in your purpose in life. As at that time, I didn't even remember that I was demon flyer. As at that time, I didn't remember that I was your spiritual guide. But the people around me kept saying, Kola, you cannot go now. PDF, how many demons have you fried yet? I kept hearing all of those things. They kept telling me, you cannot go anywhere. Tell them, wave back to the angel that you are not coming yet. You still have a purpose you're here to fulfill. You still have several demons to fry. You still have, they kept saying all of these things, and coupled with it, song or the sound I was hearing, I began to feel strength. I was praying. I just saw that I began to pray now louder and faster. I began to pray louder and faster. At a point, there was just like this wave of sleep, deep sleep. I just wanted to sleep. I don't know, they kept on talking to me, they kept on reminding me, they kept on confessing scriptures, kept on declaring. I'm really, really grateful for every single one of us, the survivors of May 4th. Shout out to you guys and God bless you. Thank God for giving us victory. Thank you. I mean, they were praying for me. They had to now reach out to the other escorts that were in school and give them an update of what's going on. They too began to pray and everything. I just really want to thank God. Ah, that experience is one I can never ever forget. I can't. I'm gonna tell it to my children. They're gonna know this story. How God saved me. They're gonna know it. So afterwards, Pastor Tolu came around and we were taken to a nearby hospital.
You prayed on the wrongest person.
Taken to a nearby hospital.
You picked the wrong target.
I was giving this was when I was in the hospital. Giving injection.
You want to take fry una.
At this time, I really felt strength. I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk well yet, but I was better than I could feel my hands. I could move my hands. I could move my legs. Though my walkings were slow, but I knew what was happening, and I wasn't so weak as I was before. So after we're treated, we rested there a bit, and we're taken back to camp. Then while we're taken back to camp, something happened. Apparently, it wasn't just me, more like PTSD. While in the bus that was taking us to camp, now taking us back to camp, as I closed my eyes, I saw how there was like a flash of how we're swaying before the accident. And I felt scared. Apparently, it happened to almost all of us because later, when we talked about it, you know, we still had PTSDs. But I just really want to thank God for helping us. Right. So we got back, we were taken to the medical center of camp, we were given food. Thanks to another special thanks to my then president's parents, Pastor Esafalaye's parents. They came as well, check up on us, brought food, paid the hospital bills, took care of us and everything. Thanks to my mentor, Pastor Chigozi had to come down also to check up on me and pray with us. Shout out to my then roommates E23. When they didn't see me, they had to call me and they kept reaching out to be sure that I'm fine and I'm okay. I got back to school, went to my hostel, went to freshen up, wore my boo-boo. This was boo-boo I was wearing that day. I wore my boo-boo, carried my bag, and I went to church. When we got to church, I was just so excited. I was so excited. Though I didn't have much strength to do my media work, carry phone and camera up and down, I was just seated. I was happy that I was able to witness that Sunday. When it was time for testimony, we were all called out, gave the Jensen gave the testimony on our behalf, and we were all crying. I mean, we were rolling on the floor, we were giving thanks to God, we were crying. I tried to open my eyes in the midst of my own pool of tears, and I saw how the congregation were all in tears and were on their knees. Truly, God saved us that day. And I told the devil something. You never say anything. You never what? You never say. If you know him, tell him that Asheshe Bereni. Tell him that Asheshe Bereni. Till Jesus comes, I'm going to keep doing God's will. I'll keep peppering the devil. I'll keep making Jesus proud. Yes, I'll keep preaching the message of sexual purity and holiness, even as God gives me strength. So that experience was really a lot for me, was really traumatic for me. After that day, I noticed that I I didn't sustain any outer injury or any physical injury, any ones that we could see. Though a few people did, but I didn't. But mine was more of internal. I was feeling pains on my neck, my back. It was really painful. Like I almost could not turn. Like if I want to turn, like when I sleep and I want to turn, I'd have to take a deep breath and just really try because it was usually very painful. I had to go to the medical center in my school like 2 days after, and I had to tell them, okay, this was what went wrong, this is what is going on with me. They did an X-ray for me and they didn't find anything wrong. At this time, I was almost worried because if you say that I'm feeling this much pain and you're not finding anything, what's going on? So they gave me a drug and a balm sort of to like apply there and to apply there for to apply there to relieve me the pain. So I went back, I used the drug and everything. But I noticed that okay, that was during I think a week after we started test and I had to read more than I usually would read. And I noticed that whenever I had to read for like long hours, maybe 2, 3, 4 hours, I would usually have this very intense headache. Like all my life, I when people say they have headaches, I almost could not relate because I don't really have headaches unless I maybe stress myself a whole lot. But I usually don't have headaches. So it was really surprising that I had this very intense headache. I mean, most times I'll just close my book because if I try to force myself to it for the next 10 minutes, I actually don't know what would happen to my brain or my head or my sanity or something. It looked like I was going to go crazy any moment if I tried to read further. Ha! This had to be another trying phase for me in my academics because exam was going to start very soon and to require that I read extra. I mean, I'm studying civil and environmental engineering. My course no be biz. I'm studying a very ethic course and I have to read even more than normal, more than usual. It was a very trying phase for me. I went back to the medical center. I complained that this was going on with me. They ran another x-ray for me. They said there was nothing wrong with me and they gave me another drug to, reduce the pain and everything. My exam started July and ended August. And during this period, most times I'll just go out in the middle of the night and begin to cry. Imagine that you plan to read from 11 to like 3. I started reading by 11 and by 12:30 I begin to feel this headache. That means I can't continue reading. I probably have the exam the next day or in 2 days to come. It began to affect me mentally, it began to affect me psychologically. I began to have thoughts of, oh God, does it mean I'm going to fail this semester? Does it mean I'm going to have a carryover? All of those thoughts came to my head, and I couldn't really explain to everybody that this is what is going on with me. I couldn't really explain that, oh, this is what is happening with me. That it was a really trying time for me. I prayed to God and I just really trusted God to carry me. I'm not gonna carry this video. I really trusted God to carry me and He did. I couldn't explain to everybody that this was going with me. I mean, that's even if they care to listen. No lecturer want to listen that, oh, okay, this is what is happening with you. I mean, I've had a lot of people talk about how that they feel sick, maybe asthmatic patients or ulcer patients, and they had an attack maybe a day before their exam or on the day of their exam, and they wrote doctor's report and all of those things and took it to the lecturers, but they did as if they said they couldn't help that the person had to retake the course. All of this affected me through that phase. I cried, I prayed, I, spoke to my sister, and I just tried to maintain a positive energy. Trust me, it wasn't a good experience for me. But I just really want to thank God for healing for like the past 2 months. I haven't felt that headache. I haven't felt that headache. And I know it also comes when I undergo mental stress. Maybe trying to multitask or think about a lot of things at the same time, which is mainly what I did throughout this holiday. And I didn't feel anything. So I just really grateful to God for that. God is good, guys, and I'm happy to be here. So if you watched up to this moment, just say a word of prayer for me and give glory to God on my behalf. So till next time, I'm going to see you in my next video. See you guys soon. Bye.